profit here. I'm not going to sell you guys a dream, or I'm going to say you're going to make $10,000 off $5. No, you're not. This is realistic. Spending $280, getting back $400, that's a realistic play. My name is Jazz, and I have been a full-time entrepreneur for over 12 years, and I have been a profitable day trader for 3 years. Back in 2020 is when I started my trading journey, and I started off trading crypto and currencies. But in early 2022, I decided to switch over to stock options trading because it's more dependable, more reliable, your money is more safe and secure doing stock market trading. And I personally appreciate the US-based brokers that I'm able to use when trading stock options, and I wasn't able to have that when I was trading Forex and crypto. So today I want to teach you some basics on trading the stock market using stock options. And I'm going to show you how you can supplement your income when you learn this life-changing skill. But before we get into the numbers, let's first understand the stock market. The US stock market has been around for centuries, since 1792 to be exact. And honestly, if you live in America, then you probably already know this, but in America, there are 2 proven ways to get rich and wealthy in the United States. And those 2 ways are real estate and the stock market. These are the 2 ways that have been proven to make everyday people rich and wealthy for centuries, and it has not changed. And to be honest, the digital era has made these 2 ways of getting wealthy even more accessible to the everyday person. When it comes to real estate and the stock market, I personally have looked into both of these. I went to real estate school and everything, but what really made me choose the stock market and really hone in on that and stick with this is because of a few reasons. The reasons why I chose the stock market as my key to wealth is because there is a low barrier to entry. With the stock market, you do not need a lot of money to get started. I'm going to show you how with stock options, you need even less money than you can imagine, okay? We're going to get there. It's a lower barrier to entry when it comes to the stock market. Now with real estate, as far as being an agent, you can argue and say that you don't need a lot of money to be an agent. However, when I'm talking about your key to wealth, I'm talking about real estate investing. So when it comes to real estate investing, you need tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And with the stock market, you can make really good returns every single day with under $100. And so I'm going to get into that. But a low barrier to entry was one of the main reasons why I decided to go the stock market route. Another reason why I decided to go the stock market route is because the work online slash anywhere aspect of it. Depending on what type of investor you are, whether you're a private investor or a hands-on investor or a fixer or flipper or you're an Airbnb, short-term rental, however you are, you kind of need to be accessible when people need you. With the stock market, it's not like that. I get to trade anywhere in the world as long as I have my phone with me or a computer with me. Internet connection, that's all I need to trade the stock market. I mentioned in the beginning of this video that I have been an entrepreneur for 12 years, and all of my entrepreneur ventures have been online. So I guess you could say I'm a digital entrepreneur. And so this aspect right here, being able to work online and anywhere as a traveler, that was a major, major bonus for me. The next thing I kind of just touched on is little equipment. You really only need your phone. That's it. And then the next reason that I have for choosing the stock market over real estate is kind of personal, and I may be a little bit biased. It is going to depend on your learning style. But for me personally, I experienced an easier learning curve. Again, this is personal, but I mentioned that I went to real estate school. I did not pass my state exams. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm used to being good at things. And so I'm a type of person, I follow my gut. And if I'm not good at it, I feel like it's not for me. Besides French in high school are the only 2 tests that I've ever failed in my life. And so to me, that was a sign, maybe real estate's not for me. But when it came to stock market trading and trading in general, it came so easy to me. I was able to learn very quickly. So my learning curve for this type of stuff was very fast and easy. I almost felt natural. So that is another reason why I decided to stick with stock market once I started looking into it more, because my learning curve was very smooth and easy. And last but not least, the reason why I chose the stock market route, being a day trader is introvert friendly. Again, this is personal, but I am an introvert. I am a solo learner. I'm a solo worker. I'm a solopreneur. I enjoy being alone. I enjoy not having a job that doesn't force me to be extroverted. So yeah, pretty much that is why I decided to go the stock market route instead of the real estate route when it comes to the two proven ways to get wealthy in the United States. And if you decided to choose the stock market like I have, then stay tuned and let's see how you can make some money with this using very little money. All right, a couple more facts about the stock market that you may want to know is that the stock market is an online marketplace. It's an online marketplace where everyday people can sign up and buy, sell, and invest in stock shares of a company. Stock shares of a company gives you partial ownership of that company. And any company that is publicly traded can be found on the stock market. Now, the stock market operates off of the New York time zone. So the stock market is only open from the hours of 9:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. So there's a common misconception. A lot of people automatically just assume that the stock market is open from 9 to 5. It's not. The New York Stock Exchange is only open from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. So a common question that I get asked a lot is, can you trade the stock market if you have a full-time job? The answer is yes, especially when you learn how to become a passive trader. I go over a lot of that in my course on how to become a passive trader, how you do not have to sit and look at the charts all day. You can set up alerts and systems in your phone that allow you to not have to be at the computer during these times if you are obligated to be somewhere else during these times. I actually wasn't going to include this in today's video, but let me go ahead and include it since we just touched on the topic of passive trading. There are 3 different types of traders, and let me do different colors. So there is a scalper, an intraday, and a swing trader. Very quickly, these are 3 terms that you're going to hear a lot when you're trading stocks, when you're trading options, if you're trading Forex, any type of trading, you're going to hear these 3 terms a lot because these are the 3 types of traders you can be. And what this means basically is how long you stay in the market. How long you keep a trade open for will determine what type of trader you are. So as I just touched on, how can you actually be a trader if you have a full-time job and the hours that the stock market is open is during the time that you work? You would fall into the swing trade category. That would be the type of trading that you would do. But basically, a scalper is a trader that is in and out, okay? In and out. A scalper, that's probably what you've seen on like ads or people that are, you know, sitting at the computer like, and they just have all the charts and whatever, and they're like getting really crazy and anxious because they have a lot of money in. The true definition of a scalper is someone that does not hold a trade for longer than an hour. And then an intraday trader is a trader that is in the market just for the day. Basically a day trader, okay? They're in there for the day. So they may open a trade at 9:30 a.m., but they're going to close that trade before the market closes. At least that's their goal. So they're just in there for the day. They don't hold it overnight. Now, a swing trader is, you can probably guess by the name, is someone that swings their trades or holds their trades to the next day, to the next week, however long their contract is for, or however long it takes for them to reach their desired profit. So a swing trader is a long hold trader, okay? Long hold trader. And this is the type of trader that I recommend anyone that has a full-time job to be. So you may have to just open up a trade like on a Monday and then you close it on a Friday. And again, you can have systems in place, which I go over all of that in my course, systems in place, make it that you don't even have to open and close a position yourself. You can automatically set your systems up to do it for you automatically with your brokers. Personally, I am all of these, okay? I do all of them at different times depending on the trade that I'm taking. But yeah, those are the 3 that you will hear a lot. Okay, so like I mentioned, people have been getting rich off of the stock market for centuries. But to actually make a lot of profit from individual stock shares, it costs a lot of money. And I'm going to show you how that costs a lot of money. So let's take Amazon, for example. We all know Amazon. Amazon's ticker symbol, and a ticker symbol is the symbol that represents that company in the stock market. So the ticker symbol is AMZN. That is Amazon's ticker symbol. A ticker symbol will always be 3 or 4 letters. Amazon right now, as we speak, is going for $175 per share. So you can own a whole share of Amazon for $175. And most brokers allow you to do partial shares, so you can really just put in whatever you want, but as far as a whole share is concerned, it's going to cost you $175. That may be a lot of money to some, may not be a lot to others. I guess it depends on how you're looking at it, relatively speaking, but that's how much it's going to cost you for one share of Amazon. So let's say you got the money and you want to buy one share of Amazon for $175. All right, so you got one share of Amazon for $175. Let's say you bought that today on a Monday. By the end of the week, Friday, let's say Amazon is trading at $185 per share, which is extremely realistic in today's economy. If anybody just goes look at the stock market right now, just Google stock market. Google stock market chart, Google the S&P 500, Google SPY. You will see that we are doing nothing but going up. This market is so easy to trade, which is why I'm so like, please, people, get into this market right now. Like, you're missing a crazy opportunity. Like, anyways, don't get me on a tangent with that. But by the end of the week, your stock share is $185. All right, so now you own one share of Amazon for $185. So what does that mean? You made a profit of $10. Yay! You made a profit of $10 just by buying one share of Amazon on Monday and selling it on that Friday. I don't know about y'all, but $10 is not a lot of money, okay? So cool, you know, that's cool and everything, but can't live off of that. So how are the stock market people getting rich off of this? Because this is realistic profit right here. $10 gain on the stock in a week in a bullish economy, which we're in. That's realistic. So how is a stock trader getting rich off of $10 profit? They're getting rich because they're not buying one share. They're not buying one share. They're buying hundreds, sometimes thousands of shares, okay? So using this same example right here, let's just add some zeros, just for it to be easy. Let's add some zeros. So instead of buying one share for $175 on Monday, you bought 100 shares on Monday. And then you got to add two. It's a little messy here, but keep up with me. So you spent not $175, you spent $17,500. Okay? But because of that, your 100 shares on Friday is now worth $18,500. So you made $1,000 profit. So $1,000 profit is pretty good in a week. Still, to be honest, in today's economy, that's not enough for a week, but y'all get the point, right? Y'all get the point. That is how the day traders are making money when they are trading individual stock shares. They're buying a lot of shares. That's how they're making the money. Now, most people do not have $17,500 to spend on one trade. That is where stock options come in. Stock options allows you to get 100 shares of a stock for a fraction of the price while still making profit like this. And so I'm going to show you how. Luckily for everyday people like you and I, stock options came about, I think, in the 70s. I believe it was the 70s, 1970s. So this allows everyday people to buy into the stock market and make really good profits off of 100 shares of a stock for way less money. So first things first, let's just go ahead and define a stock option. A stock option gives the buyer or the seller the right, but not the obligation, to buy 100 shares of that stock. Let's just change this. Stock option contract, the right but not the obligation to own or buy 100 shares of a stock. Okay, so as far as understanding the technicalities of that, I go into a lot of depth with that in my course. It would take way too long for me to go over in this video, but this is pretty much all you need to know in order for us to move forward. Is that a stock option contract represents 100 shares of a stock that you don't own yet. It's just the right to get it later. Okay. How you make money on this is you buy a contract and then you sell the contract without ever having to buy the 100 shares. That's the workaround. And this is completely legal, okay? It's completely legal. This is taxed, all right? This is no funny business. People have been doing this for decades. And why you should be excited about it is because it allows everyday people to multiply their money for less. So we're going to use the same example with Amazon just to keep things simple and cohesive. Right now, in the stock option marketplace, which is in the stock market, you can buy an Amazon options contract for as little as $5. Yeah, $5. Do I recommend doing that? Absolutely not. That is what's considered an out of the money play. Some people call it a lotto play because it's a very risky play. It's low risk because you're not, putting a lot of $5 isn't a lot to risk. But it's risky because it's very unlikely to get into profit unless Amazon makes a significant move in a short amount of time. So that's why a lot of people call it a lotto play, because it's just kind of like, oh, I'll spend this $5. If it hits, then it hits. If it doesn't, then I just lose $5 type of thing. But we won't even get to that because I don't recommend doing lotto plays. But the point still remains. You can buy an option contract of Amazon for $5 on the marketplace right now. However, a good quality option contract of Amazon is going to run you about $70. So we're going to use that. $70 because that's a realistic number right now. $70 for AMZN option contract. So basically just off the front end, we haven't even gotten into all the details yet, but just off the front end, $70 is significantly cheaper than $175, which is what an entire share of Amazon was going to cost you. But an Amazon contract, which again represents 100 shares in the market, is only going to cost you $70 when you do stock options. Now that that's significantly cheaper than $175, you can afford to buy more than one. So let's say that you want to get 4 contracts. So times 4, you are spending a total of $280. All right, wham bam, thank you ma'am. You got a $280 to buy 4 contracts. Let's say you bought this at 10 a.m., 30 minutes after market open. Doesn't matter the day. Doesn't matter the day. Let's just say you did it at 10 a.m. on one day that the stock market's open. Well, that $70 Amazon contract, by the end of the day, you want to sell it before 4 p.m. So let's say at 3:30 p.m., this contract is now $100. So that $70 contract that you bought that morning, now by the end of the day is $100. Well, you got it at 70 and you got 4 of them. You only spent $280. Now let's say you want to sell all 4 back to the market. Now you want to sell it back to the market. That's how you get rid of it. You sell it back to the market. And there's always buyers. Don't worry about that. Always. Sell it back to the market for $400. That's how much you're selling your contracts for, because instead of being worth $70 each, they're worth $100 each. You following me? So you spent $280 and you're getting back $400. So the difference between $400 and $280 is $120. So between 10 a.m. and 3:30, you've made a profit of $120. This is a green pen. Yay! 120, yay, okay? For clicking 2 buttons, buy and sell. Now you're probably asking, well, how did it go from 70 to 100? The stock options market moves very quickly. Very quickly. This is very realistic. For a stock option contract to move $30 in a day, this is realistic profit here. I'm not going to sell you guys a dream. Or I'm going to say you're going to make $10,000 off $5. No, you're not. This is realistic. This is realistic. Spending $280, getting back $400, that's a realistic play. $120 profit for the day. Now rinse and repeat. Now the next day, you have $400 to trade with. Now you got $400 to work with and buy some other Amazon option contracts. Maybe you don't want to get that $70 one because that one's turned into $100, or maybe by the next day it's done dip down to $90. You can get it, or you can just get another one that's $70 that's going to have a different expiration date and a different strike price. But expiration date, strike price, that's a whole other thing. We can't get into that, but just know that you can buy another $70 contract since the one that you just sold back to the market is now worth $100. With that being said, you just rinse and repeat. To be honest, you don't have to be searching all over the place to know what plays you want to play. You can just choose a few stocks, your favorite stocks, and just trade those. Me personally, like I said, I've been trading for 3 years, and less is more. I only look at 4 charts every day. I have 4 stocks that I trade. I do not go outside of those 4 because why? I know those 4 stocks, I know those 4 charts like the back of my hand. I know how they move, I know how they act. Each chart has its own little personality. Like, I understand my 4 babies, so why would I abandon them or try to look elsewhere? And so when you get into stock trading, you'll find your favorites. And maybe your favorites are companies that you really care about. Maybe you really care about Amazon, so you're constantly looking for Amazon plays. Or maybe you really care about Tesla, so you're constantly looking for Tesla plays. Don't overwhelm yourself with trying to look at a whole bunch of charts. Just choose 4 or 5 or even 3 stock charts that you want to look at, and those will be your plays for the day. I know people that only trade one stock. I know people that are strictly Tesla traders. It's up to you. What I'm saying is you don't have to get overwhelmed with just how many options, no pun intended, with just how many options there are in the options trading world. So what I just explained to you, 2 clicks of the button, buy, sell, you made $120 profit for the day. Is it really that easy? No. Is it really that simple? Yes. And why I say that it's not easy, but it is simple, is because there's a lot that you have to learn when it comes to stock options to be able to get a hitter, a winner, a profitable trade every single time, to be able to rinse and repeat something like that. Because as we know, in the stock market, you can win and you can lose. So to make sure that you're getting the right type of contract that is going to move like this and is going to get you profit, that's where the difficulty comes in at. Okay, but once you learn that, then it becomes easy. But as far as the process of choosing your stock option, buying it at one price and selling it at another price, that is the simple, what I just say, 3-4 step process. That is the simplicity of options trading. So it's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. And it's actually very repetitive too. So it's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. But it's not going to be easy for you until you completely learn it. You need to know which options to buy. You need to know when to get in, when to get out, what's a good price to buy for, what's a good price to sell for. There's a lot of things that you need to know. You need to know how to read an options contract. You need to know what a strike price is, what an expiration date is, what a premium is, what rollover is. There's so many different terms and things that you need to know. It can be a very intense learning thing, but once you get past that learning curve, you are in. And then the rules don't change. They're not ever changing. I've been in the trading world for 3 years and there hasn't been a new rule or regulation that has changed the way you trade yet. So besides knowing all the terms and knowing how to trade, you're going to need to know how to read charts as well. And so I go over all of that and more in my beginner-friendly 10-hour long course. It's actually a little over 10 hours right now. So I have 10 hours of video-style tutorial content. I'm not doing whiteboard type stuff in my course. It's all on like presentation style and screen recording. But it's me presenting it. It's me explaining everything. I use my real profit and loss examples. We go over trading psychology as well. I teach you how to read charts, and I teach you 8 different strategies that you can learn and choose which ones you want to use for your everyday trading. Trust me, you will learn absolutely everything in my course. I actually got a comment the other day that said, "Girl, your course is dense." And honestly, that was a compliment to me because it is dense. I put a lot into it. It's jam-packed, no fluff, no no dead space. Those 10 hours, you need to take notes, okay? You will need to take notes, go at your own pace, lifetime access, the whole 9, and it's hosted on Teachable. So you can log in, log out as you please. I also have quizzes along the way to ensure that you're grasping the concepts, and I encourage you to pass the quizzes before you carry on to the next section. And of course, I go over what brokers to use, how to deposit and withdraw money, all of that. And last but not least, I go into the importance of risk management and position sizing because that is something that you need to know. Making money is cool, but keeping it and protecting it is a totally different thing. And so I go over that a lot as well. And then after you complete the course, I highly encourage you to join us over on Discord. I have a Discord group and it's full of like-minded people that are trading together. I post my trades in there so you can trade with me. I post 1 to 3 trades every single trading day in there. So you can literally just follow my trades if you want, do your own trades if you want, however you want to do it. I post trading news in there and trading resources, and I also do weekly Zoom calls to go over the trades from the previous week and what we're going to be looking for the week coming. And they are always recorded so that if you do miss the live session, you can go back and look at the recorded session. Thank you for joining me today on this quick masterclass. I hope to see you guys over in the course and also in the Discord if you choose to join, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.